a hostile ship. J Company Royal Marines from Future Commando assault from the air. With assistance from 4-7 Commando, who bring in more of J Company by boat.
We were there to provide the surface manoeuvre for the J Company boarders. We work alongside them the whole time, basically getting ourselves ready for any contingent operation, whether that's boarding a ship or basically providing a raiding capability to take control of any sort of suspect vessels, target vessels. It's a pretty dangerous manoeuvre, even though it looks quite simple. Depending on the sea state, etc., it can get quite dangerous. So realistically, we'd rather work at night with no lights, which obviously makes everything a lot more difficult. So the more time we get practicing out here in sort of easy sea states in the Mediterranean, with not much tide, not much surf, it makes it a lot easier for us to just nail down the basics, and then we can move on to places like the Channel or just generally around Britain where the sea's a bit more rough, and we can start practicing at night and getting it all down. So this kind of training is absolutely vital.
This is part of Littoral Response Group Experimentation, or LRGX, in Cyprus. This exercise isn't just about nailing the basics. As the name suggests, it's about trialling new ways of working, transforming the way Royal Marines operate in the future. On the surface, what might look like normal commando training has many layers of trials and assessments taking place, some more nuanced than others.
We're working on different sort of capabilities in terms of communications and all these kind of different things, which I won't go into in massive detail. We're in developing stage anyway, and also it's, the less our enemies know about it, the better, so yeah. But every chance we get to go out, we try and push the boundary a little bit further of what's possible, what technology can we bring in to make everything a bit safer, a bit more tactical. So it's a constantly changing skill, which is why the training has to go on so often. It takes up the entire year, which is why J Company are so good at what they do.
State-of-the-art equipment is also being developed. We can't show you them given the sensitive nature of the defence sector, but 4-7 Commando have new military-style jet skis that can drop small teams and supplies ashore. What we can show you is some of the drones being used to support operations. HMS Albion is the first Royal Navy warship to deploy with a fleet air-armed drone.
Well, it's been a bit of a new step for the Navy to actually take Puma away and embark it within a capital ship and within a task group. So for us, it's been a learning curve, bringing the ship-air integration piece in together. But ultimately, it's given us another ISR asset that we can employ. So intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance. So to live stream the video footage directly to the command team on the ship, where they can make quick decisions. But for us, instead of having to put manned aviation up just with the camera on the side, that aviation can now be tasked elsewhere. So that way we can be talking to an aircraft and potentially hand over targets to them on the ground.
Those helicopters could carry Royal Marine snipers, providing battlefield protection from the air as commandos board and take control of a vessel.
So 4-2 Commando, we're specialists in maritime sniping, so we'll deploy with the J Company boarding teams in support of counter-narcotics and counter-piracy operations, providing the overwatch and the stopping vessels. There's 2 pairs deployed on LRGX, and the other pair were in the helicopter. You'd have seen them. They'd have flown in, provided the initial recce of the vessel, and then they, if required, would provide a stop, so they'll use the AW-50 to take out the engine of a smaller vessel. They'll then use the sharpshooter rifle to provide overwatch as the boarding teams move on and protection for them.
Snipers could also be part of the commando team clearing and securing the inside of a ship. Taking control of an enemy vessel using close-quarter battle techniques is just one type of mission Marines could be sent on. Another key part of the modernisation process is having a more agile fighting force based on a ship, ready for action like this.
I think the thing about LRGX is it's a stepping point on our journey of transformation. We're transforming ourselves from a force which has been mostly held at readiness in the UK, a very high readiness force ready to respond globally, to a force which wants to be more forward deployed, more persistently engaged, working with partners, operating and offering daily value to the Navy, defence, partners and allies. And I think if you don't have to squint too hard when you look at this deployment, LRGX, and the experimentation that wraps around it to see what the future could be and how we could enhance our offer to the UK.
The concept may be called Future Commando Force, but the changes are happening right now. Bryony Williams, Forces News, Cyprus. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.